Hello folks, Kyle here, Dark 30 Outdoors. Today I'm going to do a quick video just talking about three of my favorite musky lures, especially for springtime fishing. It's middle of February, it's still pretty deep into winter here yet in Ohio. Most of what I'm going to talk about today is applicable in Ohio's reservoirs, some of the creeks and rivers, the lower Midwest, really anywhere, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, even Pennsylvania. These baits are going to work.
Ooh, that feels good.
This is bananas, okay? I got her. And I'm gonna start with a lipless crankbait. One that I like to use is really small. In our waters, these fish do often key on smaller forage, threadfin shad. So this is a half ounce Strike King red eye shad. I have modified the hooks. I beefed those up with Musky style hooks, but these are really great, especially when that water's still cold. I generally, once it warms up, it crests over that 50-degree mark. I generally do not throw these. If I do, I'm just almost using them as a search bait and really just kind of burning them around. But when water's cold, I slow them down, and these are great baits, especially ice out and cold water spring fishing. The next bait I'll talk to you about is a spinnerbait for musky fishing. I like an oversized bass size spinnerbait, anywhere from 3/4 ounce up to about 1.5 ounces. I have spent a lot of time throwing bigger spinnerbaits that are 2 ounces and 2.5 ounces, and a much bigger profile and put out the thump. I've not produced results here in Ohio with those bigger spinnerbaits, but these that are, again, trying to mimic that threadfin shad profile. This is a 3/4 ounce. This particular spinnerbait here, this is a 3/4 ounce War Eagle, Screaming Eagle, and I've got a 6-inch Kalin's Magambo grub on there. Any 6-8-inch grub on the back of one of these 3/4 ounce to 1 ounce spinnerbaits will work great. I like the willow leaf blades. Again, I want to burn that through the water. I usually keep these baits pretty well up in the water column. These are great. These are great when muskies are shallow and they're relating to shallow cover, especially wood. I could throw this up in a lay down and it'll just rip right across the tree trunks or the branches, the limbs. A lot of times it'll just roll right through that structure, and it'll get the attention of a muskie too, and they'll come ripping out of there and just destroy it. So that's my number 2 muskie bait in the spring for here in Ohio. My number 3 bait, this is a swim bait. This particular swim bait here is a Storm swimming stick. And these are really good when that water is warming up. It's essentially when you get to post spawn and the muskies are really starting to roam those flats and hang on those points. They're still shallow, and this bait is just so versatile. You can work it, start, stop. You can burn them fast and just kind of stop it and twitch it. Or you can just rip them straight back to the boat. These are really good versatile bait, especially in shallow water. They run really true, and you'll see that that's got chartreuse and orange on it. Just about every bait I've showed you here today has had chartreuse or orange on it. When it comes to musky fishing, especially here in Ohio, we've got most of our reservoirs. We've got at least stained water. Sometimes it's a little bit more. Sometimes it'll give you a little bit more visibility, and it's usually not chocolate milk, but these colors, chartreuse and orange, or even both, really tend to shine in Ohio reservoirs and rivers. So those are some ideas for you musky fishermen in here in Ohio. If you're thinking about adding some baits to your spring arsenal, you got your lipless crankbait, you got your spinnerbait, and you got your Swimbait. That's 3 springtime musky baits for Ohio musky fishing. If you have any questions, please add those down in the comments below. And as always, I thank you for watching.